Tie, don't we? So I'll do it this way. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. We are, and say it with me because I can't hear you on Zoom, so please say this loudly. We are an open and affirming science of mind community where the vibration of love lifts you, the wisdom of the ages inspires you, and the science of mind teaching empowers you. Woo, you look so good. I'm so happy to see all of your half faces. My first announcement is that we're meeting live in Morristown this Friday night. Oh, you're here. That's great. Call your friends, call them in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to mention this twice tonight because it's really, really critical. September 19th, 4:30 in the afternoon, online town hall meeting. We're making all sorts of decisions on how to do this moving forward, where to do it moving forward, how often to do it. This is your community. We need to hear your voice. That announcement and the link for that Zoom meeting are in both newsletters that go out, the regular one and the new Remembering You. Remember, we're always remembering you. So please make sure that that's well attended. We got a lot of people to thank, and I'm going to start with this incredible group of musicians. And you all know Ty, right? Cheers for Ty. We have Clive on bass. Long lost Richard all the way from Brooklyn on the piano. And we got picked off today when somebody said Bill is supposed to help open the building at 5 o'clock. I go, Bill's not going to be here at 5 o'clock. They go, yes, he is. I go, no, he's not. And then I called Clive. He goes, Bill who? He goes, you think Bill Sarnowski? Yeah. He goes, no, it's Bill the drummer. Welcome, Bill the drummer. First time with us. So we're going to go from this right into it. I want to thank Joe Christiana for being our practitioner of the day and holding high watch today. And keeping, making, kinda. I thought Seth was making coffee. It's good to have children. They make, good. You do this. You do that.
17 hours of labor. You better get coffee.
So, well, it was just Labor Day. So, now you made me lose my train of thought, which is very difficult. I also want to thank Dawn Lee Martin because she is going to be running our Science of Mind Everyday Sunday. Keep in mind that we do not meet online Sunday morning. Joe Schneider, who would just record, let's hear it for Joe. He records every week. He edits this for us. He makes all these talks available on YouTube. And this complete, except for the last two songs, will be on YouTube so that anybody wants to watch it Sunday morning or any other time. Go to your newsletter, the YouTube link is right there, and you'll be able to watch it. So
and share it with your friends.
Share, share, share. Absolutely, please. We need that. So Science Mind Everyday Sunday will be there, regular time. No meeting on Sunday. So we're going to turn it back over for our chant with the band. And then we're going to have, there she is. I recognize you in blue mask. Joe, who's our practitioner of the day, is going to do the opening treatment for us.
Don't you love how we rev you up and then we chill you out? Now it's time to chill. So I invite you to take a deep breath and center yourselves, or Richard, whenever you're ready. I am God's gift, present of mind, a unique expression of God's love. The manifestation of God's inspiration. I am God's gift, present of mind, a unique expression of God's love. The manifestation of God's inspiration. You are God's gift, present of mind, a unique expression of God's love. The manifestation of God's inspiration. We are God's gift, present of mind, a unique expression of God's love. The manifestation of God's inspiration. I am God's gift, present of mind, a unique expression of God's love. The manifestation of God's inspiration. I am God's gift.
You have to take the mic off the stand.
So grateful to be here. So grateful to know and feel God's presence right here where I am. I know that this power and presence is the love that draws all of us together. It is that love, that wisdom, that intelligence that draws all beings to a state of love, to a state of peace, to a state of joy. I know that right here, right now, in this beautiful Center for Spiritual Living, we come together as one. We are one. We are one in this presence, one in this power, and one in this love. And I am so grateful to know it. So grateful to know that each and every one of us are blessed beyond our knowing. All we have to ever do is look inside, get still, be quiet, and feel that beautiful presence just coming up and through us all the time. So with a heart and mind filled with love, filled with gratitude, filled with peace, I release this word to love and to law, and I let it be so. And so it is.
All right, we have the affirmation for September written by Reverend Michelle. And I can't post it in the chat. So we're going to try what we've done other live times. And I'll read a line, please repeat after me. My power is unrelenting because I live and breathe the presence all around me.
My power is unrelenting because I live and breathe the presence all around me.
I remember that I am the cause
I remember that I am the cause
to my own good
of my own good
and celebrate these gifts.
and celebrate these gifts.
Stillness in the middle of chaos.
Stillness in the middle of chaos.
Love and acceptance in the face of criticism.
Love and acceptance in the face of criticism.
Freedom while challenged with force and applied limitations.
Freedom while applying
Yes, I live and model the personal freedom
Yes, I live and model the person's freedom
and strength that comes from being grounded with Source.
and strength that comes from being grounded.
Source is my power.
Source is my power.
I embrace
I embrace
and express it
and express it
through all activity in my life,
through all activity in my life.
and so it is. So, this is the time we open it up and you can unmute yourselves. Keep your masks on, that's muted enough. And we're going to ask everybody to do our community greeting, please, with a namaste greeting. So if you would, welcome each other.
Usually goes like.
All right.
I expect when we get to the chorus of the song, if you know it, I expect to see you and hear you singing it. There's a feeling of expansion in my chest. There's a knowing that this day will be my best. There's a quiet voice that speaks above the rest. It's spirit rising. There's a rumble in the earth beneath my feet. There's a knowing that I'm perfect and complete. There's a light in me that darkness can't defeat. It's spirit rising. Untie the ties that bind you. Let spirit just unwind you. Let the light remind you of who you are. Surrender to the feeling. Spirit is revealing. Freedom has no ceiling. Yes, you'll go far. You'll go far. You'll go far. There's a tingle in the space around my heart. There's connection to this world that I'm a part. There's a joy that my new life's about to start. It's spirit rising. A joy that my new life's about to start. Spirit rising. Rising. rising in me, lifting me up, setting, everybody on your feet, come on. Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Yes, Spirit, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Let's make it more singing. Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Yes, Spirit. I want to hear them, Rob. So bring it down. In me, lifting me up. Come on. Setting, keep going. Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Yes, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Yes, Spirit, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Yes, Spirit, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Spirit, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free. Spirit, Spirit, rising in me, lifting me up, setting me free.
Thank you. Take this down just a notch. All right, greetings, everyone. You know, isn't it interesting? Anyone who's from the center, how many times have we heard that song? But does it? Do you ever get tired? Do you ever show up here and say, really, Ty, please. I don't want to hear that again, right? Never. And all I can imagine is because, I mean, I have memories of being at the center when we were, 2 or 3 times the amount of people and the arms rising and that feeling that got generated. And the thing that it's very important for each of us to remember is that it is critical that we find ways to generate that happiness and that joy in the physical body. The body, in order for you to be happy, the body must be part of your process. And part of that process is joy. And it's dancing and it's movement. And if you don't activate that in your life on purpose, there's something missing. Your body, I'm looking at Regina, she's, as a body worker, the body gathers pain. The body gathers things and without consciously releasing it, it stays there and it begins to govern our way of being. So I encourage you, and I'm a very happy woman at this moment because Marilyn Sarnowski recommended to me, you'll have to follow me with this one. She recommended for me this bathroom light and fan. Because we're under construction. Anybody who's been listening, we're like 98% done. And the fans she recommended were these Wi-Fi lights that have a fan and they have a regular light and then they have a night light. So I get to take a shower to my favorite music all the time. So every day, I'm sure Neil is not as happy as I am about this, whether it's my books on tape or it's my music, but it's it's Bluetooth, right? Yes, that's the important part. It's Bluetooth. So my radio is my phone is completely connected. So I'm always listening to stuff, and it could be anything. It could be Bruce Springsteen or Ricky Byers or Ty. But the point is, the vibration of music is healing. And I encourage you to remember that when you go home, whether it's in your car or at home, use music as a healing factor. I don't have to tell you guys this, right? I mean, you live this way, So anyway, I just so appreciate it. And when I was listening to it again, I'm thinking to myself, we will never tire because we have a collective we have a community memory. We have a community memory of this, of his music and the way it impacts us. And I don't know if many of you probably were there. The first night that Ty and I don't remember who, I don't know if it was Brannis and you guys, I don't remember. And you did your song, Love is in the Room. Ken Gordon was in the room. It was one of the rallies. The place was wild, right? I'll never forget that experience. Like, I'll just never forget it. So do yourself a favor. And I mean, it's not just music. The music is just easy because it actually has a vibration. But whether it's music or poetry or whatever it is, introduce beauty into your life as for healing purposes, not just because it's entertaining, but because when you're happy and you're joyous and you're moving, things can connect. They can't hang on you. The negativity can't hang on you. All right, everybody, you good with that? Yes. So tonight's title, and we're going to do a meditation to support it. Tonight's title is "You've Got a Friend," and that's because that's a song that was requested by our beloved Jessa. And tonight, part of tonight's time is to say we love you and goodbye, which is, I am not going to cry. I am not going to cry. Okay, I did that, good. And so that's the title of tonight's talk. And I want to talk about the value of friendship in a bigger way. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you into a little guided meditation. And I'd like you to close your eyes, if you will, and get quiet on the inside, not just your mouth, but let your body get quiet for a couple of minutes. And if you will, breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth, letting go of anything that could be in your way. And with each exhalation, just relax. Be easy. Allow the silence to comfort you. Now, what I'd like you to do in this quiet place is bring to mind anyone and everyone that you have a memory of that has been a good friend to you. Bring them to mind right now and bring them into the room. They can be current friends, they could be childhood friends, but literally bring them here into the room. Imagine them sitting with you. Let's for this purpose, imagine there's no such thing as COVID, all right? Since we're in our imagination. So see yourself hugging your friends. Maybe the friends you cry with, or the friends you have a cigar with, or that you, I don't know, take a walk with. And as they come into the room, feel how the vibration of the room lifts even a little bit more, because you are consciously surrounding yourself with love. Now turn to each of these friends, and you might have a lot of them, but for a few, look them in the eye and tell them what they mean to you. Really, thank them for their presence, for their love, for their support. And generate that feeling inside of your body. And let yourself swell with love. And now bring your moment of appreciation with them to a close. And bring that feeling of love, joy, connection with you into this room tonight. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
What will I do if my dream comes true? Will I ever dream again? And if dreams come to an end, what will happen to me? Will I just fall if I let down the wall? Will the world come crushing in? Anything can happen then, and who would I be if I let go? Who's in control? Who keeps the wolves at bay if I don't play the role? If I let go, what will remain? If I let go, my life will never be the same. I just have to trust that my dream won't turn to dust if it sees the light of day. I must believe that the best of me isn't left behind in a far gone time long ago and far away. If I let go, what will remain? Who keeps the wolves at bay if I don't play the role? If I let go, what will remain? If I let go, my life will never be the same. Why do I hold on to a love that is gone? Was it ever really mine? Did illusion rob me blind? Will the truth be cruel or kind if I let go? Will I lay me down and die? Will I find the wings to fly? I can only know if I let go. Let go. If I let go, what will I do if my dream comes true? Will I lay
smiling ear to ear. So, Rumi in his day referred to God as friend. And so very often now, I kind of just took to using that term when greeting people very often in an email or even just saying hello. And if you hear me say hello, friend, it's really my way of adopting a practice of recognizing the presence of God in you and that relationship that we have that's more than just being a friend. When I say greetings, friend, for me, it's a namaste practice. It means the presence within me salutes and recognizes the presence within you. And so it is the center, October 6th. Some of you will remember this or know this. We are celebrating our 19th year as a community. And this is my 20th year as a minister. And yeah, thank you. It's been a trip. It's really, it's been a trip. And you laughing at me. I want to tell you, I'm going to digress for a moment, but I'm sure you're okay about that. This is really hard for me and for every minister out there. If you attend other communities or you're online and you see other people, just know that there is such a struggle with every single minister right now, because the truth is we don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And that's not something you've heard me say a lot. I walk around feeling fairly confident and competent as the community leader, and I've always felt some sense of direction, but I have to be honest, I have no clue what to do. And it's a struggle, because there's nothing I want more than to hold this community together and keep that aliveness that we have always had, and to keep it active and growing, and to not be able to, I mean, yes, many of us did hug tonight, and yes, I am vaccinated, so I feel safe anyway, but I'm feeling, whatever. It's truth is I don't feel more safe. I did that because it seemed like it was the thing to do. But to not be able to hug you in the way that that we used to, and to have to take these precautions, and I'm not faulting anyone. I'm not calling it wrong. Don't translate that. I'm not calling it wrong. I'm just saying it's the frustration that we have been a very physical, huggy, kissy, glom on each other kind of community. And it's been one of the beauties of us. When back in my early days, in the early, my growing up, I was part of a community that we were so incredibly physical with each other, like all the time. It was common. It was just common. And it was there in that safe touch that I used to get on a regular basis. I did a lot of healing, because I brought into in my life, I had challenges, and I had stories that I have no desire to tell right now. But I had good reason to have pain in my body temple. But because I learned to love and to feel safe and being touched in a safe surrounding, I healed, and I was able to move beyond the so much of the pain and the suffering and the stories that would have been stuck with me in my lifetime. And so I brought that to you. That's like who I was when every one of you met me. I was that one. And so now what's happening is I'm trying to be the minister and be the spiritual leader, but not with any of my natural tendencies. It's a real struggle. So I just ask you to realize that behind the scenes, I'm like, and I personally and the board, and we're like grasping, we're trying to grasp. Maybe this will work, or maybe that'll work, or maybe they'll come together here, maybe they'll come together there. And we're like, And I know that those of you who are here are meant to be here. And oh, by the way, we have some we don't often have new people on a Friday night. So for those of you who are here for the first time, I welcome you. I welcome you here. We have 3 new people here tonight. Lovely. And we have people we haven't seen in a minute too. So I'm glad you're here. So welcome. And as a matter of fact, oh my God, I forgot your first name. Susan is another. Lonnie, you have to meet Susan afterwards, because Susan is an ex-PHI person. So she knew Rita. So, okay, so you guys talk afterwards, okay? Talk amongst yourselves later. So the life can be hard. Can anybody notice that? I mean, there's sometimes it's freaking hard. Sometimes it's just that hard. I'm not getting a lot of hand raising. Am I alone in this? I mean, come on, don't leave me out here to hang to dry. I mean, especially the past year and a half. Oh my God, the confusion about everything. So doing that and then having to do it under the conditions we've had, which is distance, which is virtual, which is don't hug me or don't go near me or 6 feet away. And it hasn't happened recently since things shifted. But have you ever been in one of the stores where you're a little too close to somebody and they turn around and they look at you? I know what. Right? And I get it, like, because in my mind, I don't live in that world very much and I forget, I'm one of the annoying people and I own it. What can I do? But everything that has happened has happened easier. And this past year and a half, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have gotten through it without my friends. I would not have gotten through, whether it's on phone or for those people whose company I did manage to stay in. God bless the few that we, because we were always in each other's kind of company. I mean, there was a period that we were separate, but for some of us, we never wound up staying away from each other. And having all my boys, I mean, Seth moved out. I don't know when he moved out, but he was in the house when COVID started. And then for a while, I had all my boys in Denville. So I know we're talking about friends, but it's like, oh, thank God for that. I don't know what I would have done. So for those of you who are alone, some of you live alone. I hear you. I recognize that it's a struggle. I recognize that. I want you to know that we know this. It is the reason why we started the Hearts to Hug. It's the reason why we call people, because we didn't want you out there alone. And matter of fact, if you haven't been participating and you haven't been receiving calls, or you want to, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, Marcy Schneider in the back has been handling that whole thing for me. And if you would like to be part of a team of people where you just call one person a week for a month, and just to receive love, see Marcy, because I don't know about you again, but it's gotten me through. So I'll tie science of mind into this very quickly. Ernest, he likes to be called that sometimes. When we find we are without friends, the thing to do at once is to send our thought out to the whole world. Send it full of love and affection. Know that this thought will meet the desires of some other person who is wanting the same thing, and in some way the two will be drawn together. Think of the whole world as the two will be drawn together. Think of the whole world, as your friend, but you must also be the friend of the world. In this way, and with a simple practice, you will draw to you so many friends, the time will be too short to enjoy them all. Okay, so here's the message. When we want something, we have to be that something. If we are missing love, we have to be the presence of love. If we want prosperity, we have to give prosperity. If you want to be fully expressed, then you need to join and participate and motivate others to be their expression. But if you want more friends, you have to be that friend, because whether the friend is a physical person or whether it's the presence of God, you are truly never alone. And so now I'm going to personalize this a little bit more, because it was 25 years ago. And I wasn't always perfect. I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint. But the fact is that what? I said, how about just this? Yeah, well, I have some interesting stories that I don't want to share, mostly because my son is in the room. Well, probably because this is church also. But the fact is that I wasn't always perfect. My life is interesting. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of wrong things. Anybody join me in that? Oh, thank God. The good thing is I love myself now. And I like me in my skin. And I've learned to forgive myself. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I have made lots of mistakes. I have screwed up. And I don't want to go all Jersey on you, but I have really screwed up many times. But the beauty is I have not stayed in that. I do not use that as my identity. We cannot limit ourselves to the least of our moments. We cannot limit ourselves to the small things that should have gone differently. And I said, it's funny because I was speaking here last Sunday, here in Morristown, and I was saying that even the things I have failed at. Has anybody tried a business and you failed? Nobody but me, a few of you. Okay, it's not so bad, right? You survive it. And so thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, that I got to remember that I have made mistakes, but I am not the mistakes. And I have done things wrong, but I'm not wrong. See, that's the difference when we begin to take on shame, or whether we just allow ourselves to be human. Because in our humanness, we're going to crash into each other and we're going to make mistakes. And the relativity of when something is actually a mistake and when it's not. I know you know this experience. Something happens, you think you totally screwed up or something really went wrong, but a little bit down the road, you realize, oh, that was perfect, right? You know that experience? The wisdom then, or the hope and dream that I have for you is that you don't wait, you don't allow the delay before you announce it as good. Sometimes we wait for it to convert itself. We wait for it to turn into something loving. And then we say, oh, that was okay, I'm okay. No, you're okay in the mistake. You're okay up front. You're okay now. But my okayness, I gotta tell you, if it wasn't for some people, did you ever need to be carried? Have you ever needed to be carried by somebody? Because God knows I have. And it was 25 years ago when I found myself pregnant with my third child in a not yet divorced situation. And the very first person I told about me being pregnant was my friend Jessa. And we sat in this little luncheonette, this dinky little luncheonette that used to be in our neighborhood. And I sat across from her, and I was at that moment so unsure about every single aspect of life. And it was wearing on me, in the shame and the confusion. And she just looked at me with love and acceptance, and cried out of happiness for me. Everything changed in that moment. We need those people. We need that person that will look you in the eye and say, it's okay. Right? You do. And if you're in a relationship, hopefully, or marriage, hopefully your spouse or partner is your best friend. And so out of that taught me a lesson, actually. That taught me a lesson of letting myself reach out. And some of you, and I've heard this, not just to me, but I've heard it in the world. I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to ask for too much. I have news for you. When you don't ask for help, you are denying the person the opportunity to give you a gift. You get that? Because when I didn't understand, and actually Neil helped me to understand that a little bit more. It's the same thing as asking advice. When you really need help and you need a favor, when you ask somebody for advice, people love to give advice, and it makes them it makes you endearing. But if you deny yourself and you don't ask for help, you are also denying the giver, because there's a gift in the giving. This community has done that so much. This community has done that. There's a little group here, and I'm sorry they're not here tonight, other than Joe. Joe Christiana is part of a little group from our community. Regina's here. They call themselves the Chicas. And it's just they just love each other. They love each other and they vacation together. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And the home groups that we have, and people fall in love with each other. And people have just had friendships, and I look on Facebook, and in all honesty, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm left out. Just keeping it real. And I remember when it first started happening, and I watched people creating friendships, and I had to realize, oh, Michelle, that wasn't, you're not there to make friends. You're there to cultivate that atmosphere. So I go home and watch TV. I don't mean now, I mean back then. Hey, she's giving me the smallest violin in the world. I get to whine a little bit. Actually, the truth is I'm really happy. But I'm asking you to consider yourself rich if you have this community. Really, to consider yourself absolutely rich with the sharing of love and friendship that happens here, sharing of prayer, the sharing of inspiration, the sharing of music. And I want to tell another story about Jessa and her family, because before becoming a minister, remember I told you the other part of me? Okay, so I had a different reputation, and the reputation definitely existed in her family. And her husband, Art, loved to make fun of me. Not in the greatest way, mind you. He just was like, yeah, Michelle. You know, the tequila shooting woman that I was. And when I told him I was going to become a minister, he's like, and I'm like, yeah, I am, you know. And he kept at me and kept at me and kept at me. And you don't have these broad shoulders for nothing. You know, I am after all a Jersey girl, and I can handle anything. And until his mother passed away. And when his mother passed away, they asked me to facilitate the memorial service. Now, why they asked me, I have no idea. He thought I was a joke. So I'm not so sure how that happened, but I got invited to facilitate this memorial service. The truth is, it was pretty magical, because I remember being at Jess's house the night, by the way, we lived literally across the street from each other for 30 years. So we could see in each other's living room, and we would watch to see if we were each up or we were going to bed, or when the lights go out. I used to let myself into her house. She used to let herself into mine. I mean, not asking. Things would just disappear. Where's the vanilla? Okay, it's probably at Jess's house, like that kind of thing. Okay. So they asked me to facilitate this memorial service, and we were sitting around her dining room table, and all the siblings were there. And I sat and I just kind of listened to what everyone was saying, and I weaved together pieces of what they were saying into a memorial service. The next day we went to it was at the grave. I did a graveside thing, which was very rare. There was not a dry eye. They never treated me the same again. So now I was still Michelle, but now there was a different kind of love and respect. 9 years ago now, 9 years ago, Jess's husband passed away quite suddenly, right before Thanksgiving, and quite suddenly. And the magic isn't only in the good moments. The magic is when you're present to what's going on. And I, of course, went to her home. My son Seth went to her side because at one point he had lived in her house for a little bit. That's another story. And they all treated him like he was their fifth son, because Jess has 4 sons. And we sat on the bed with Art. He was passed, and we sat around the bed and we talked and just was present. That's what happens when you're, and I, not to make fun, but to be naked in your tenderness and to be naked in your authenticity. And those of us in Science Mind, you see, we're capable of doing that because we really know how to be the presence of love. We really know how to be the presence of love. So tonight is to consider what this means to you, but it is also, I am here tonight, and we are, part of us are here, part of the time tonight is to celebrate Jessa and what she has meant. And many of you, whether you realize it or not, often over the years have reached out to her. She was only supposed to be this part-time bookkeeper. And she has done so much more. And the woman is annoying to the penny. She is the kind of bookkeeper everybody wants, to the penny. Where's the receipt? My son, the accountant, he's like saying, all right, Ma, don't pick on the penny pinchers. And she has done so much more than just our bookkeeping, to helping me with so many things, to being at the retreats. It has just been enormous, and many of you have had your own connections with her. We've kind of adopted her. You became ours, you know. You didn't come for church, but we churched you. We infected you with our love, and so the board members, please come up here with me. And Marcy, can I have the cards, please? Thank you. Come on up, board members. Hi, Purple. I didn't get to hug you when you came in.
She's very purple.
So Jessica, come on up, if you will. Can't believe you're moving away. Just to say that out loud.
She's making me go on a train for 17 hours as opposed to a plane for
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, I am.
So we can spend time together. There's friendship. I don't like trains.
So you have meant a lot. I mean, I trust you with my life. I've trusted you with the finances of this community. I have never for 1 second, ever, no one has ever said, what is she doing? Ever. You have allowed us to feel safe, and you've spoiled it for whoever's coming after you. I mean that, right? Because we don't think about it. We don't worry about it. We're never concerned. We just know you got it. You've got our back. So that's for me as the minister. And so this whole community is here to say goodbye to you, but us as the board and the many boards have preceded this board. Jessa was present when we had a very big mistake many years ago during Sandy. There was a faux pas that almost did us under, and you kept us from going under. I love you, you know that, and we thank you. And Edna, would you like to say anything as the chair or purple? Would you guys like to just have any words or anything? Elaine, if you do, just say into the microphone. Put you on the spot.
My favorite poet is Maya Angelou. And she said, thank you is what you say to God. Thank you. Service without expectation, a high level of integrity, and you made it look smooth. So we appreciate your flow and the foundation of our community and how we grow. Roots go down and the evidence of them go up and the fruit is really juicy. And so thank you for how you've nurtured this community for many, many years to come. I'm worried that you're irreplaceable. So if anybody knows somebody, or if you know somebody.
Thank you for everything.
And Jessica, I just want to say that God makes all things new. And I know that your new path, your new life is filled with light and love and joy and peace. And that you're going to kick your feet every time you move. You're going to dance down aisles because you're so joyous. Everything is working on your behalf right now.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say that the first time I walked into 662 Eagle Rock Avenue, I'm not even sure how long ago that was. You all totally embraced me and have kept me in your embrace all of that time. And I will forever be grateful for all of that. The friendship is unbelievable. I love that a lot of us are Facebook friends. I can follow along with your life changes, your children, your grandchildren, and I hope that won't change. And I've always had an open door policy, and Florida's beautiful in the winter. So please don't ever hesitate to give a shout and stop on by. Thank you for everything. I love you all.
The community, everyone who was able to sign it did. This one is from the board. There's a little something in there for you. We couldn't possibly, it was simultaneously known. We could not, there was nothing we could give you that would convey the love and appreciation. There was nothing. So we tried. We did our best.
Believe me, what I feel for all of you is the love and appreciation that I need. So thank you.
So, and we are going to pray her up. So if you will come as close as you're willing to come, and let's raise our hands and come on down, if you will. We're together all the time. I'm just going to touch you. If you look at me. Yeah. So join me, if you will, as we launch Jessa to her next life adventure. Jessa, know that this community loves you, appreciates you, sees you, honors you, and that you are blessed beyond measure. Beyond measure. May you leave here, but never leave this community. We implant ourselves within you forever, because we know who you are has been implanted in the history and the organizational memory of this community forever. We truly love and honor you. Thank you for being you. And so it is.
So it is.
All right. Oops, I'm sorry, Jeff.
Ah.
You might want to raise that up a little bit.
And Jessa, for me personally, thank you for keeping Michelle warm until I could show up. I appreciate it. I have to show up and live with a minister who quotes Timothy Leary, life is a trip. All right, I do want to welcome too our people who are online right now, because we've got people in Massachusetts watching us. We have people in Florida watching us. And I don't know where the heck Tony is, but Tony's out there, folks. We all love Tony. Did I cover them all, Joe? Is that it?
No, Rhode Island.
What's it?
Dawn Lee.
Oh, Dawn Lee from way up beyond Hamilton,
Shar
up beyond
from Boston.
Calgary. That's, yeah. So that's fantastic. Also, I'd like to say, we have 2 lovebirds just celebrated their anniversary. Where are they? You lost your lovebird. Happy anniversary to Lee and Marcia. One of the birds has flown the coop, but what the heck? 15 years, Marcia? And never had a fight. I love it. And then also, you know, Michelle mentioned Marcy before, and Marcy does a great job with the Hearts to Hug program. I've done it, I don't know, every month, and it's been fantastic. And apparently, yeah, give her a hand. She does it so well that she noticed that Michelle and I need to talk to each other more. It gave me Michelle last month. So she would go to the basement and call me. And it really worked out a lot better. So, all right, now is the time for our wonderful and grateful. That's Jersey girl for a hold on there, buddy. Oh, Seth, thanks for the coffee, whatever that means. You apparently, he walked in with a cup for himself.
The machine was broken.
Oh, he bought for us too?
Yes.
Well, isn't that nice? All right. It is really true. We need your voice. We need to know. We need to find a place. We need to do more of this in whatever iteration that is, whatever day that is, whether it's Friday or Sunday or Wednesday, or, you know, we're working hard. Everybody you saw standing up here on the Leadership Council, plus Mo, who's not here with us, and Bill Sarnowski, who is standing out in the lobby. Apparently he social distances quite a bit. So we're all really working hard. But I got to tell you, you guys have worked so hard this past year in keeping this community together, that the Zoom calls and showing up and loving each other and the home groups that happen out there, it's been fantastic. And now we're going to make the next step. It's going to be a decision again. Sunday night, 4:30, September 19th, the town hall meeting. It's imperative. We need everybody's voice. And what you've done is you've continued to support this community with volunteering and also financially as well. So in our expression of gratitude for all that giving, now is the time we do have giving. I know a lot of people give online, and you can still do that. If you want to give tonight, there's a basket in the back. Please drop it in that basket. And you want to do this repeat after me again, don't you? I know you do.
I don't know.
I'll make them shorter, don't you trust me. Our conscious giving affirmation. Oh, there's the other lovebird walking in now. Happy anniversary, lovebird. All right, please repeat after me. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right, we covered the town hall meeting, and that is a really important thing. We do have this new newsletter that's coming out called Remembering You. And there's some interesting things that are going in there. It's a little different. There are blogs written by Reverend Michelle. We've had articles and blogs written by other people. Is it coming up this week, I think? The title of that article is Life is Short.
No, that was tonight. That was this time, right? You guys, life is short, eat the pasta.
Eat the pasta. Well, that got in the newsletter too? Oh, okay. All right. Well, then read that one. It's fun. That is, we're going to go through and give it. There's an awful lot of things going on here. Well, I'll mention them quickly because in the newsletters are the links to all these and all the information that you need. And you can always reach out to us at CSL North Jersey at Gmail and ask questions. We have Jersey Girl Wisdom, the radio show that Reverend Michelle does every Thursday. And she's in the middle of doing the 4 agreements. One more week left on the 4 agreements, right? So tune in for that at newthoughtmedia.org, ntmedia.org. We have a Chakra Foods class coming up. All these are online. They're easy to access. This is from Amy Panetta. It's all about the rainbow foods, the profound whole self impact of consuming the rainbow. If you missed it, don't worry, it's coming back the first Wednesday of every month. That's why it's called Wisdom Wednesday. Nothing gets past me. And tune in for that. The link is there. We had a great time. It's inspirational. It's informative. It's sharing. It's a wonderful experience. And it was for the first time, and it'll be coming back. Healer Heal Thyself is a class, excuse me, that is coming up. That it is also online, and that is Sarah Nichols, Reverend Sarah Nichols.
She's a wonderful teacher.
Also, we'll go back to mentioning Marcy Schneider again. It's Marcy night. Okay, Marcy and Michelle have worked to put together a class called 4 Agreements for Non-Adults. Okay, that doesn't mean you, Ty, I understand, but this is a younger non-adult, right? For ages like 6 to 7. And it's, this.
No, it's from like 6 to 11.
6 to, right, 6 to 11, yeah, right. Got it. The bottom is 6 to 7, the top is 11. So what this book has done for a lot of people and helped in this teaching to bring it to people at a young age. I know Seth read it at a young age. It helped him. If you know anybody who can bring a youngster to this, it's enormously helpful.
And if money's an issue, tell them, forget about the money. Just get the kids, let's get the kids in the program.
We also have 15 Keys to Joyous Living. That is on sale. There's a back to school special on it. Go online, get the newsletter, click on the link. It is the 15, if you've ever taken a class, it's based on the 15 foundational beliefs that we do at every class we do. It's phenomenal. It is such a core gathering of principles of this teaching that we do here at this center. And I do believe, did I forget anything?
No.
I did not, that's it.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
right. Excuse me. Out in the lobby, Ty's new CD. He is selling those CDs tonight. He's donating half the proceeds from those CDs to support our center to find a new location. So, and besides, it's great. Thank you, Joe, for reminding me. And we're good. Thank you.
Thank you for the shameless plug. Now, I do hope you'll take one home. I hope you'll enjoy it.
Buy one for a friend.
Yeah, buy one for a friend. We had a great time making it, and it actually took, wow. I'll tell you, we started that CD in 2014. It was on the heels of the other CD that we were doing, which was Good Medicine. And it was supposed to be, originally, there was supposed to be a joint project, 2 CDs, and it just didn't work out. So we just kept working on that material and finally got it birthed in, what was this, April or so? No, later than that. This year, let's just say that. So we're not doing any more songs from that CD, but we're so happy to give this song to you, Jess. It's one of my favorite songs to sing. And it's one of my favorite artists who wrote it and one of my favorite artists who sang it, et cetera, et cetera. So y'all just get started when you're ready. I'll just talk until they start playing. So you should start playing or I'll just keep talking.